Hello, guys. How are you doing? My name is Alicia Reed. For those of you who don't know, I am the CEO owner of Serenity Alzheimer's and Dementia Training, where I create dementia education and I sell the training, and I also teach live through online and just online digitally. Soon I will be teaching in the physical for my local state of South Carolina. Okay, so I'm going to get right into it. Okay, this live is going to be about a caregiver's guide, guiding a caregiver in Alzheimer's and dementia, and teaching a caregiver health professional how to cope and to give care to someone that has Alzheimer's or a different type of dementia. So I'm going to be teaching from my book, my latest book that I published, which is titled A Caregiver's Guide, Alzheimer's and Dementia, How to Cope and Give Care to Alzheimer's and Dementia Client Patients, by myself, Alicia A. Reed. So basically, I'm going to be reading to you from my book. So you're going to get my book live. I'm going to actually read my entire book and have a discussion. And I will also answer Carolyn Dunnett Bigger's comment. And I also will be commenting on um, the age that you can be and get Alzheimer's, get a dementia. Okay. So I'm going to be reading and discussing my latest book. Okay. And then I will answer any other questions that come up concerning this post, should there be anyone that joins the live. Please share the videos always. Share the content in the group always. I appreciate you all for trusting me with your education needs. If anybody wants to me to talk about any other topic, just post it in the group. If you want me to talk about it on Thursdays, then please wait until I make the post for next week, which will always be on a Sunday. Give me till about 7 on Sundays to post the um, question post for um, next Thursday. You always have from that Sunday to Tuesday to post your questions and concerns. And then I will um, make an announcement between Tuesday and Wednesday to let you know what topics I'm going to be talking about. So you can know not to miss the live, or you need to catch that live because I'm answering your questions. And I will always tag you whenever you give me a topic to talk about and I go live. I will always tag you. So you can know, okay, if you haven't watched any of the other lives, please watch this live because I want to be honest that I'm delivering what I say I'm going to deliver. And so that you are getting the value out of the education that I'm giving you. And this is a free education. There's nothing like to be live and having a discussion with someone or seeing someone live actually teaching. So you know that the education I'm giving you is true, and I'm the one that's teaching you. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the studies for tonight. First, I'm going to read all about me, which is in the back right here. So I'm going to read a little bit about myself, okay? And what inspired me to write this book. So again, my name is Alicia A. Reed, and I am the owner and CEO of Serenity Alzheimer's and Dementia Training. I'm also an upcoming national educator in Alzheimer's and dementia. I'm an author of many books, I am a National Certified Medical Assistant. I am a caregiver in hospice, respite, memory care, and personal care. I have experienced every type of caregiving path you can run across. I've done every type of care you could have done. Burns everywhere. For over 16 years. 16 years. My passion is working with the elderly, and I like serving my patients and clients that are suffering with Alzheimer's and dementia. That's who I like to work with. So in this book, you will be guided with information on how to cope and how to give care to Alzheimer's and dementia client patients. You will discover the reality of the client patient's life. You will also learn how to be prepared for different scenarios that will take place. You will learn resources and references that are available to you working with someone that has this disease. And it will give you resources for yourself as an actual caregiver and how to take care of yourself as well, because caregivers are important, because if you don't have a caregiver, who's going to be giving the care? You will be equipped for your client and to help out the families. You will learn the types and stages of Alzheimer's and dementia. You will find in this book how to become certified and trained through myself and other organizations that I am subscribed to. Please enjoy. So let's get started. So we're starting off with the intro, and it is titled Learn More About the Physical Symptoms of Alzheimer's. Number 1, the difficulty with talking. One of the common symptoms of Alzheimer's disease is having difficulty talking and expressing yourself. Okay. And for Carolyn, who wanted to talk about communication, a good bit of this book is actually about communicating, really. How to communicate with the client is what this is all about. So this is just perfect for you and whoever else that needs to hear this, okay? So, again, number 1, difficulty with talking, the first physical symptom. Okay, one of the common symptoms of Alzheimer's disease is having difficulty talking and expressing yourself. You may also experience issues with forgetting new information you just learned. The memory lapse, they can be signs of Alzheimer's disease. You may experience issues with remembering the right words and names for things. Number 2, issues completing tasks. Do you see a loved one struggling with common tasks such as pouring a cup of coffee or remembering how to use the microwave? As Alzheimer's disease progresses, you may notice more difficult with everyday tasks. Simple tasks such as remembering how to button a shirt, how to turn on the television, maybe this might become a challenge or impossible. Number 3, getting lost. If you're in an unfamiliar neighborhood, it can progress quickly, and you may feel lost in a grocery store that you visit every week. Once this issue is common in Alzheimer's disease, Patients, the client will normally have a tendency to wander at this point. Start wandering. They can get lost easily, and being in a familiar area does not protect them. You can get lost in the area you know, basically. Number 4, sleep issues. Sleep issues can be symptoms of multiple diseases, and one of them is Alzheimer's. If you are experiencing insomnia, trouble staying asleep, or other sleep issues, then it's time to consult a doctor. Alzheimer's disease can affect sleep patterns and make it more difficult to rest. In patients with Alzheimer's disease, researchers have noticed two main sleep categories. The first one includes those who can sleep and suffer from insomnia. The second one includes those who sleep too much and can't stay awake. There are two types of insomnia. Issues with hygiene. Alzheimer's disease can make you forget to take care of yourself, so basic hygiene suffer. Researchers note that Alzheimer's disease patients have trouble with basic tasks such as brushing their teeth, combing their hair. They may neglect essentials, hygiene habits, and not notice it. Inadequate hygiene and poor grooming can be signs of Alzheimer's disease. Wandering, disheveled, or worn out clothes may be another warning sign. In addition, they may wear the same clothes all of the time and refuse to change because they have their favorite. Issues with walking. Alzheimer's disease doesn't just affect the mind, it affects your motor skills. It affects your fine motor skills and mobility, making it more difficult to walk. Getting frustrated and angry. Alzheimer's disease affects the mind. While you slowly lose your memory and ability to retain new information, frustration and anger are common signs of Alzheimer's disease. The frustration, anger comes from being confused and lost. It also comes from forgetting things and not understanding what is happening. Alzheimer's patient becomes scared and agitated by their surroundings. Mood swings are also a common challenge. Among those who suffer from Alzheimer's, you may notice more angry outbursts and arguments. You may also notice them becoming withdrawn. Alzheimer's disease has symptoms that can be tracked and shared. Withdrawn. If you suspect a loved one may have the disease, consider talking to a medical professional to explore options that can help. There are many types of dementias. I focus on Alzheimer's frequently. I do talk about other dementias. So this is why you see Alzheimer's and dementia together in this book, and the title as well of my business name. But there are different types of dementias. Okay. Chapter 1: Handling combative kind patient with Alzheimer's and other different types of dementias. According to Alzheimer's.net, the caregiver must identify the what that causes Alzheimer's and other dementias combative behaviors. Examine the behavior thoroughly is the first thing. Is your client patient truly having a behavior? Behavior problems is usually when the behavior can turn to adverse. You ask, can they cause harm? Number 2, some behaviors may bring shame, disruptive, or maybe unsettling to be grounded. One can actually be harmful. Cap, very, very important message right here. Listen, listen. At this point, do not correct, intervene, or escalate the situation. Please, I emphasize that. You must know when to let go. Example, if your client patient is used to sleeping until 11 a.m., let them. Another example, if your client patient is not ready for their medication, give them a window. Ask the doctor, can they have a window period? Don't change their routine. It's good to keep the same care time. Okay? Try not to switch caregivers too much. They like a routine, guys. They like a routine. Number 1, knowing when to recognize and prevent problem behaviors. Try to identify what right before the behavior took place. Is there a specific time or event that makes it difficult for them? Example, is it sundowning or bath time? Medication time? Is it a holiday season or a loved one passed away in that same time frame? During this time, a client patient can have crying spells and other sad emotions. Look at what environment affects the client patient. Examples, is it hot or cold? Is it dark or light outside? Is it noisy? Is there a crowd? Is there people around that's unwanted? Even sometimes ask them to complete a task can trigger a client patient. Example, rather changing their environment will help. Examine, rather changing their environment could help. Ask that question. Make sure when examining a client patient behavior to ask why. Let this be your focus. This will help you understand the stress and agitation that's rising in your client patient. Try to understand, put yourself in their shoes. Make sure the client patient needs are met. Okay? Chapter 2, patient-client feelings. It is important to validate your client-patient feelings. If your client-patient has dementia and they're irritated and they don't want to reason things out, it can get worse. Don't try to tell them different. Ooh, you talk about a fight. Let them believe what they want after a second attempt to redirect them. Example, if the client patient feels their pants is wet, it's wet. Example, if the client patient thinks Jim went to New York, he's coming back next week, but you know Jim is deceased, let it be so. Cat, listen. Be calm and keep a neutral expression. The client patient can sense your feelings. Try not to take it personal. Please accept that this behavior is a part of who they are. Don't go against them. Refrain from bickering. Find ways to redirect the situation. Example, if Sue wants ice cream before dinner, explain it's not routine. but this time it's okay. Example: if Kathy refuses after 3 attempts to complete a command, remember, 3 scratched her out. Let this saying sizzle in your mind. Don't attempt or try to command a client patient after 3 attempts. If the client patient is having a behavior about to try these examples. This can help, maybe. Sing to them or with them their favorite song. Read to them their favorite book. Pray or worship if allowed. Go for walks if appropriate. Don't let the client elope. Make a craft together. Reminisce on the special events, achievements the client has earned, or maybe a family member has earned that they cherish so much. Let them call or chat with someone that's special. Big, big, big. As a caregiver, you must be a good listener. Please, you have to listen. Use items that the client patient likes or values, appreciates, like a blanket, a quilt, sewing, knitting, painting, looking at family portraits. Alzheimer's and other dementias, their behaviors can be unpredictable. You never know what you're going to get. Okay? You never know what they're going to get. Chapter 3, stages of Alzheimer's and other types of dementias. The early stage of Alzheimer's is considered mild. A client patient is able to function on their own. He or she may be able to live a normal life. The client patient at this time may feel they are having a memory loss gap in their thought process. Those that are close, like family caregivers, will notice a decline. Common symptoms include difficult completing tasks in work or social life, remembering names of new associates, thinking of the right words to say, losing or misplacing values, challenging to plan or organize. In this stage, it is a good time to have health chats, get their health business in order. The middle stage of Alzheimer's is said to be moderate. This stage of Alzheimer's is the longest. It lasts for years. In this stage, the client patient will need help. This is the stage behavior to start giving care. Due to damage to the nerve cells, the client patient don't think to complete the task alone. The symptoms can vary in each client patient, like mood swings, being withdrawn, unable to recall information, incontinence, need help with dressing, insomnia, eloping, wandering, personality, delusional, compulsive behavior, competency, repetitive behavior, tearing up paper, etc. In this stage, a client patient can still participate in activities but need help. If a caregiver needs a break, you apply for like a respite care or adult daycare. Those like a caseworker can come in and help get things organized. A long-term community care, senior citizens organizations can help. The late stages of Alzheimer's is considered severe. The last and final stage this is. The client patient is no longer independent. They will require total care. The client patient can lose or will lose ability to respond to the environment around them. Their memory and cognitive skills suffer. Their environment is almost impossible. The body is shutting down. At some point this stage, hospice is recommended or 24/7 care. They sleep a lot. They have body breakdowns, the difficult walking, talking, difficult eating and sitting and swallowing. They become prone to infections and pneumonia. They have a weak immune system. Death rattle, shadow of breath, last breaths, if you've heard, is in this stage. Always make sure you keep a journal and track of a person's health, changes, and concerns. And in the book, I have it where you can literally, when you get this book, you can actually, it's just a little area for notes. It might not cover all your notes you will ever have in this last stage, but it can be a help, just to jot a few things down that might pop up in line. Chapter 4, challenges the caregiver faces. As a caregiver for almost 16 years, I can say to you that I have been faced with a lot of challenges. Overwhelming effects of terminal illness in the client, patient, and family. I would be so sad at times, and I would feel heartbroken on how they decline. It's nerve-wracking not knowing how they would decline. Declination varies. You get fatigued and burnt out. I have myself. I would be so exhausted, y'all, working 12-hour days daily. Sometimes I have to stay at work and work mid shifts. I miss my child very much. You miss your kids very much when you're in this field. I would be so empathetic for my people. It made me so aloof and withdrawn because I got depressed at a point because the care is so demanding. Here comes isolation. I just needed to be alone. When my clients were suffering, so do I. And I'm pretty sure y'all suffer when your clients are suffering. I experienced a great hurt when they transition on to the other side. I care about all my people, and I admired them and they admired me. They were a part of my life. Okay. Finances and work issue is another thing that can go on in this field. Besides the clients declining, the second hardest part about this field, besides losing someone, is your income, or the company replacing you, or the services is canceled because you're no longer needed. It can be a financial load. Can be stressful on someone. I know I've been in that place. You need to plan for income decrease because you can lose the client for any reason. So just be ready financially. But it's a great field to work in. The prizes and rewards of the field is more rewarding. Having a great bond, like family with your client, being like family. This is rewarding because it's unlikely you will be replaced if you're liked. Keeping the client patient, you learn them, and you can be the head. You could be the head or lead caregiver if you're always working with them. End up being a little boss, supervisor. You can get the privilege to having a special recognition of being valued as their caregiver. You can get certified and you become the top choice and have more knowledge and earn more money in the field. It will prepare you. I ask everyone to please use my products that I've created. Keep a watch at my courses and my national certification that's coming up. It will be on my website. It's the first on the list that's in this book under resources as well. And yes, I have that written in my book. Chapter 5, preparing to deal with Alzheimer's and other dementias. To prep you, you need to think ahead. You need to know who will be in charge of the client, who will make the health decisions, final decisions, and when the client patient can't do it. You need to know how you would meet the client patient's needs. Can you count on a family member or whoever's coming in the house? Can you count on the home care company that you're going to use? You must know where the client patient is going to reside. Can they live alone? If their conditions worsens, what's going to happen? Are you able to get 24-hour care coming into the home? You need to make sure you have the help that's reliable. There's nothing like being stranded with no help and you need someone to be taken care of because you have an assignment to go do or need a break. Applying for different services for your loved one in the healthcare world can take a lot of time. I've seen some cases take years to get certain um, care approved. So once you know you're going to need it and you consult with the doctor, you don't need to wait. You need to jump on applying for whatever services you're going to need for your loved one. Okay. Like I said earlier, you need to educate yourself so you can know your client patient and know what the steps are. This happens, you need to be focusing on this. That happens, you need to have had that in place for your loved one. You need to join workshops. You need to join seminars, get online training. Like I said, y'all are here in the group. I give training here. I have online courses I have 2 online courses that's available. I have a special link that I was promoting, but what I need to do before this week is over is actually go and put those courses on my actual business website because they have been able to be purchased for about over a month now. So I need to actually go and put those courses on my actual website. So I'm not promoting a special single link for them. So just give me till Saturday to have the 2 courses that I have available right now to actually be on the actual website, and you can just go under online courses and click on it and purchase the course if you would like it. Don't forget about yourself. You got to keep yourself together, keep your health together, keep your mind together, so that you can keep on moving. Also, on my website, I have prayers that's available for purchase. I just decided to make it a purchase because of the designs that I have on. It's very beautiful to look at, and is another form of meditating. You're meditating in the prayer, but just looking at the image can also give you a meditation. So that's really what you're paying for, like, because the Lord's word is free, but you had to buy a Bible or something, or somehow you're gonna get it. But anyways, you're really paying for the image, and they're posters. So it's something I created. So of course you would have to buy it. And if you're away from me, how are you going to get that? So I just decided that that's the way I wanted to do it. So I have a lot of different posters that's of meditations that you can also purchase. That's on my website. If you wanted to look a certain way with a certain paper, of course you have to buy a certain paper, but the images are very beautiful. There's calendars on there. You can have a pretty prayer with the quote to see every day or inspiring word. So everything that I have to offer right now is on my website, and I will also post some stuff in the group. I'm going to have a brochure coming out in a little bit, but I'm going to talk about that in a minute. So let's finish up with prep tip and thinking ahead. So the last 2 tips that I have about that is to help you cope. You need to join support groups. You can join me. You're already in the group if you're here. You can join my Serenity business page. You can get support there. If y'all need that matches me about something private, please reach me in the Serenity. Go to the Serenity business page. And message me there. I'm trying to keep everything that has to do with dementia on the correct pages. But if it's something that doesn't have to do with dementia, you can reach me on my private page. But I really need y'all to start reaching me on my business page and messaging me from there. And then I'll respond to you from there. Okay? So the last tip that and you also need to get counseling. Just do what you got to do to meditate, take care of yourself. I do have a prayer group for those of you who have some type of religion. The group is called, I post prayers there, but I post prayers on my actual personal page. I have a group that's there, but the group is called Let's Talk It Over. Let's Talk It Over. God is with us. That's the name of the Facebook group. If you want to join that group, excuse me, you can post encouraging words there. Um, I'm going to speed it up and just like skim through the rest of the book real quick. And because I have a topic that I need to spend the rest of my time on. That's not it. Okay. Okay. So I think I made it. So now we're going to talk about communication. So Carolyn Dunget Biggers, this is for you. You were focusing on communication, and you wanted to know if you had someone that had Alzheimer's that is very vocal but repeats the same thing, and you have a client, you having a hard time engaging with your client, what should you do? So I have the answer right now. This is for Carolyn Dunnett Biggers and whoever else needs to hear this. This is for you. So chapter 6 in the book is about communication. You must keep the communication clear. Excuse me. Be very clear of your conversation. Ask simple questions like a yes or no questions. Don't force the client patient to remember. Daily planning, routine, and activities. Try to keep a routine schedule, like meal time, visitor, leisure time, bathing, medication. Inform the client patient of the routine. Talk to the client about the routine, get them prepared. Keep the client involved in their care. When planning activities, let the client patient choose. Use activities that will exercise their senses, their smell, their taste, their hearing, their feeling. Okay? Plan to see nature outdoors. This gives them a sense of life, liveliness. Outside group activities are great. Let the client patient be social with others. Um, you need to take walks, plant in the gardens or gardening, feed the birds, visit the park, go for ice cream, play with the pet, play games, using their hands, house chores, look through photo albums, watch TV shows, movies, puzzles, play cards, paint nails, having talks, cook, bake with help, set tables, wash dishes, decorate for holidays, play instrument, piano, etc. Make sure you can answer these questions. How many years of experience do you have when you're trying to hire someone? Do you have experience with memory care? What qualifications do you have, like certifications and trainings? I'm here for that. I can help with that. Are you comfortable with Alzheimer's and dementia's care on a scale of 1 to 10? Are there any areas of the caregiving world that you find that's a challenge? Are you fit and mentally, physically able? Is your schedule flexible? What is your strategies on keeping track of daily activities and medications for your client? When is the good what when is the good way? What is the good way and when is the good time if needed to call you? In an emergency, are you skilled? What are the measures you could take? Do you have a CPR first aid certification? Can you cook healthy meals? Do you have a living experience, like living in with the client in the client's home? Do you drive? Do you hold a license, a car? Are you confident? Are you ready to work in the memory care environment? Can you agree to a background TB test? Will this pay rate fit you? Because some people get the job and know the pay rate ain't for them. Then the client got attached to you and now you got to leave. So, um, these are questions that a caregiver should ask the family and the employer. Am I the only caregiver? Is there a different caregiver on rotation that will relieve me? So you can know how to handle that. You can know how dependable you're going to need to be. Does the client patient have a routine? What foods can the client patient consume? Because some of them they got memory issues. They might can't chew whole food. They might need puree. Maybe there's not a care plan in the home. Maybe the family or caregiver might forget to tell you. They shouldn't, but things happen. I'm going to be asking every question I can to make sure the client is safe and to make sure I got my job and nothing is falling on me. What are the client patient health conditions? What are the client patient's medication? What are the client patient needs? How will I serve them? What should I be aware or concerned of about the client patient? These are the types of dementia. And then I'm going to let you go. Oh, while I'm on communication, before I move to the type of dementia, let me go a little bit deeper in answering Carolyn Dungeon biggest question. And then my last topic is going to be the types of dementia. And then I will let you go. So I'm just going to skim through this real quick. I got this from the Alzheimer's Resource Organization to help out Carolyn. It gave a little. I already told you what you can do when somebody's having repetitive behaviors from my knowledge, but I want to give you research knowledge from the Alzheimer's Research Association, so you know what I'm saying from my personal experience lines up with a more certified organization. Okay, so let's get into it. So a person with Alzheimer's may do or say things over and over again, like repeating words, questions, or activities. Um, in most cases, he or she is probably just looking for comfort, security, and familiarity. Okay? So the causes in this behavior is the deterioration of the brain cells, which causes the decline in the client's ability to sense of the world. So they're just finding something to do, being repetitive. Environmental influences also causes symptoms, so where they are in their environment. People with dementia who ask questions repeatedly may be trying to express a specific concern, ask a question for help, or they're trying to cope with confusion, anxiety, or insecurity, okay? Because people with Alzheimer's gradually lose their ability to communicate, it is important to regularly monitor their comfort and anticipate their needs. Okay, and like I said, I'm going to have a brochure that's coming up more about communication tips when you're having issues with someone that has Alzheimer's or another type of dementia, and the different type of behaviors that can come with it is going to be in PDF form, but I will post it in the group. It will be free where you can just download it and share. Okay, so just give me until next Friday, Saturday to have that brochure posted. If I could do it earlier, I will. But I will have a brochure coming up with tips that it can be handy. You can have it in your car, in your bag, wherever, and you can take it with you. Okay, so how are you supposed to respond? You need to look for a reason behind the repetition. Why are they doing what they're doing? Um, it could be their surroundings, like I said. It could be the time of day, like I had already said. It could be them just trying to communicate. What you need to do is focus on their emotions, um, rather than trying to react with the person is doing or feeling. Try to understand what they're doing. Like if they're rubbing their hands across the table, maybe they're hungry. You could give them a cloth to wipe the table, or reinforce the behavior. If they're using that arm and doing something, try to give them an activity using that arm. If they're moving their hand around, maybe they want to dance. Like, that's what I mean by that. Always need to stay calm. You can let them dust if they're moving their hands around or doing something like that. They might even want to tear some paper up. If you're willing to be able to clean it, you can figure that out. So just try to reinforce the behaviors that they are having. Um, write down what they're doing and where they were at when they're doing it. It might be a reason they're doing it that time of day and the location that they're in. Engage in the person activities. Let them be active when you're doing something. You can give them something to do, or maybe they can help you in whatever activities that you're doing. If you're cooking, you might can let them wash off the vegetables or do something that's safe, or get something out of the refrigerator you need to prepare, but just make sure it's safe. You need to provide a structure and engage the person in pleasant activities. Use memory aids for them, like posting stuff up where they know to do this and that at a certain time. They can be helping you set the tables at a certain time. If the person is asking the same question over and over, offer reminders by using notes, clocks, calendars, photos. If these items are still meaningful, accept the behavior and work with it. If it's harmful, don't worry about it. Find ways to work with it, and you need to please make sure you share your experience with others because you can help somebody. Okay? And for more information, just comment on this post or reach me on my Facebook page messenger, or post a comment straight on the timeline and I'll get back with you, okay? So I'm going to move right on into types of dementia real quick and brief. Um, so you got reversible dementia. Underneath this dementia, you got hypersyphilic, which is where there's excessive fluid on the brain. You got endocrine disorder, where the gland production and hormones are going up and down. You got drug alcohol induction dementia, which is caused by a long time of consumption of alcohol. You got malnutrition, dehydration when you're eating and swallowing restrictions that can cause you to not get the nutrition that you need to get. You got irreversible dementia. Underneath this category, you got Pick's frontal lobe, which is a rare condition that causes progressive and irreversible memory loss. You got vascular dementia, which is problems with the reasoning, planning, judgment, memory, and often thought process caused by brain damage from impaired blood flow to your brain. Like when someone has a stroke, you probably might have a high risk for having vascular dementia and seizures. When you have a seizure, this could be the cause of vascular dementia. You got Lewy body dementia, which is the second most common type of dementia, but vascular is the number one. Lewy body dementia is the progression of protein deposit that's called Lewy bodies and developing the nerve cells and thinking, memory, and movement. You got alcohol, like I was telling you, when you got too much drink. You got the Jacobs disease, which is a rare fatal cause by protein in the brain, which are called prion, prion. It is the abnormal form and it is toxic to the brain. You got the um, Winnickel Korsakoff syndrome, which is a lack of B1 that is leading to bleeding in the lower section of the muscles, coordination trouble, processing information, learning new skills, and remembering things happens underneath that category of dementia. You got mixed dementia, which is when the brain has a condition that causes changes at once. In the most well-known type of blending dementia, the Irregular protein stores related with Alzheimer's disease coincides with the vein issues connected to the vascular dementia. Um, it affects the cerebrum, and additionally, it frequently exists together with the Lewy bodies, and sometimes an individual may have a mind changes connected to each of the three conditions. Okay, you got the frontal temporal dementia, which is abbreviated FTD, or frontal temporal degeneration, alludes to a gathering of issues that are brought about by dynamic nerve cell misfortune in the cerebrum's frontal projections. Um, is the word leaf flaps that descripts behind your ears. You got young onset dementia, is a dementia that develops in an individual that is younger than 65. You got HIV associated dementia, which is associated with someone that has HIV/AIDS, when the nervous system and the congenitive is affected. Your thinking is affected because you have Alzheimer's. And this is just like a little umbrella of the dementias. You probably can't see all the names that I just called out. It's just stating there are many types of dementias. You probably can't see it on this page right here, but it's an umbrella of dementias. And this is just different images of dementia, like how the different type of dementias look. So you're probably not able to really see it, but I can post pictures. If you want me to post pictures of how the brain looks on each of the dementias that I described tonight, um, please say I would like to see the images of how the different dementias look. I'll do a snapshot and I'll post it underneath this live so you can actually see how the brain looks under imaging when you have the different types of dementia, if anybody is interested in that. Because me holding it up on the screen, you're not going to be able to really see what's going on. But I don't mind posting what all happens with it. And I also have a picture of Parkinson's disease, like the different parts of the body it affects, and it has a little image of the body parts, and it also says what's going to happen with that body part at a specific time. It shows you the parts of the brain that's affected. And in chapter 8, guys, is just this. The title is called Staying in the Know. You probably can't see it, but it's called Staying in the Know, meaning just staying up and knowing what you need to know. And I have a whole bunch of web links that you can go to know about different situation topics on Alzheimer's. Of course, in the book you can't click on it, but I have an ebook version of this book, so that's why the links are there, because in the ebook you actually can go and click on the links. So if no one purchased the book, of course I have a blog, and my blog is called Peace of Mind ALZ.blogspot.com. All this is posted underneath the group timeline. You can go there to also be chatting about different topics. You can post different topics and we can talk about it there. I post different topics all the time. I post articles that I create to engage in a conversation on different platforms, because somebody might not want the group. They just want to talk about certain topics and see the articles or read the articles on their time and have an engagement that way. That's fine as well. ALS.org is the organization to go to. CDC, which is the disease control website. Helpguide.org is good. It can help you with whatever you might have problems with. If you have financial issues and you need to prepare things for your dementia client patient, you need to see the website called afcpe.org for financial problems. If you need to be a directive over your loved one, you can go to a website called dementia/directive.org. You can get help there. You can go to lawhelp.org for more legal help. Um, and you can go to aging.com to ask questions and to find help. You can go to care.com if you're looking for a caregiver, or if you want to become a self-employed caregiver, you could go there, create a profile to get help for your loved one and to be a help to someone else. To be a caregiver, you would be self-employed. You could create a profile there. You can go to Alzheimer's Association. There's a lot of other sites that you could go to that can help you. You could go to AARP, and there's a the brain looks and how the brain actually looks and what's going on at that time. I have images from the book that I could post to you about the different types of dementia that you can see. As I said, the book link is posted in the group already. All my book links are posted in the group already. Any material, anything you need that has a link or that you would like to purchase, all my links are listed down the timeline in the group. If you want to reach me, you can reach me in this group, or you can reach me on my Serenity business page. You can post right on the timeline. If you want to keep it private, please message me in my Facebook group, the Serenity Facebook group, and we can have a discussion there. For business purposes, if I have to prove or show something, I want to make sure everything is in the business pages and the business groups. Guys, I would like to say thank you. Be looking out for the next live that will be coming up next Thursday. This Sunday, I will be posting a post to say, okay, guys, this is the post going in for next week for Thursday. You need to post your concerns here, and so I can talk about it on next Thursday. Please have your comments and your topics posted underneath the post I make on Sunday by Tuesday. So that gives me 2 days to prepare my lecture and have my information together. I want to thank you. I will be posting the brochure in at least a week, maybe before that. Just give me some time to post the communication brochure, because I want to put some tips and stuff in there to give. I'm going to start making little videos about different topics that you also can watch. Sometimes I'm probably going to have a pre-recorded live because I'm going through some things that have wires with my throat. I don't know what's going on. So I probably will have a pre-recorded live that you will be listening to, but I'll just have it where it will show our normal time on Thursdays at 7. So thank you guys for coming. And any type of learning material you want to see, please reach out to me about it so I can create it. Whether there's a specific type of course, a specific type of book. If you want a free ebook you want me to create where it's something you're not paying for on a certain topic, let me know. I will create free products. If there's a certain product you want me to make and you're willing to pay for it, you can post it in the group. You can shoot me a message on my business group. I'll create it for you. If you need a cup, you want your loved one name on the cup, you want your name on the cup, you want a shirt, any type of merch, please, my Teesprings link is in there. You can see what I've created so far. You might want to purchase that, or you might want me to make you something else. I can do that for you. So please, please, please reach out to me in any way I can. Any type of learning material that I can give to you, I can. If you're finding that my prices are too steep and you want to have a conversation, come talk to me. Okay? So thank you guys so much for believing in me. Please, please, please share the group. Share the live. Please always invite. Please always support the group by giving feedback. I wish that some of you will stop coming on the live with me, even if you don't want to say nothing. I want to know that you're here. Please, please, please. I am going to stop posting YouTube videos on next week, and I'll post them in the group so you can know, or just tell you to go to the YouTube channel so you can see. But the YouTube channel name is the same as the business. So thank you so much, you guys. Um, See you next time, next Thursday at 7. Bye.